look at like that one over there. It's like almost somebody sat and cut them using some kind of a modern machine. Now exactly how they utilize this water, I'm not too sure. So it's day 2 for us at Mt Ive Station. Got in here a little towards late in the evening and settled in. We are not doing camping this time, well, at least not for the first 3 days of our trip. And we wanted to get that station experience, so we're staying in one of those cabins right behind me. Cute, tiny little place, enough for 2 of us, but it's perfect. And right over, I'll give you an idea, right behind me is this, it's a working station, so you get all the reception is back there, and they've got work going on. And also right behind me is all farm or station related buildings. But over onto that building over there, that's where you get the showers and the kitchen. So we're in the kitchen right now, so quite a spacious kitchen, and you get all the cutlery, crockery that you need to do your cooking all in here. All these cupboards are full of them, plates. If you got your own, you can use your own, whichever you prefer. And then in here is the dining area if you want to sit in here and eat. In the evenings it's a perfect place, but during the daytime it's such a beautiful area. You could sit outside and have your meals. Where we are staying back there, that's got an ensuite as well, and you get all sorts of other accommodation as well. You can do bush camping here, and also you can do sharers' quarters. They don't have showers or toilets, but then you can use the communal ones. I met some of the other travelers, had a couple of exchange travel notes. And today we're going to do a bit of exploring around on this property, a couple of 4x4 tracks, and the famous organ pipes. So keep watching the video, we'll show you what the organ pipes are. It's a lot of landscape to go and soak in. While you're at Mt Ive Station, one of the things is you do get fuel here, so that's pretty handy to have. So we just filled up. As you know, Diceros takes petrol, and they do have both petrol and diesel, so just filled up, and we're going to head out and do one of the many tracks that's available here. Now you've got to pay at the reception to get access to the tracks. They give you a key so you can get through the gates that will be along the way. They're all within the Mt Ive Station, and there's quite a lot you can pick and choose. So we've chosen one, perhaps maybe 2 tracks we're going to do today. So once you go into the reception and you pay the entry fee to the various tracks in here, they give you a key to access, as well as a booklet, and it's got maps of the various different tracks that we can take. Today we're going to take it really easy. We're doing a shorter track that will take us to the organ pipes, the embankment, and then to Lake Gairdner. That's or Lake Gairdner, whichever way it's pronounced. I believe it's not a terribly challenging track as far as driving is concerned, but high ground clearance is important. 2-wheel drives can do it, I believe.
Well, you're saying two different. So you don't have to have. You have to have high clearance, but 2-wheel can also.
Yeah, exactly. You get 2 wheels which have high ground clearance. You do not know about the cars. Now when you're on the station property, something they recommend is if you got an emergency or you want to get help for whatever reason, you get on your UHF and go to channel 7 and hit the duplex, and you would most likely get hold of the homestead for help. But don't use channel 7 for inter-convoy conversation. Use a completely different channel for that.
Oh. I like them.
Plenty of roos and emus. Okay, this one didn't cross the road, thankfully. It just kept going. And as far as gates are concerned, leave them as you found them. So if you found a gate open, leave it open. If you found it closed, keep it closed. We are in private property, and they have ways of controlling the movement of their livestock. So there will be reasons if they leave it open, or if they leave it closed, there's another reason for that. So all is very important when you travel through this country, especially on private land. Keep the gates the way you found them. So for those of you who don't know what the dog fence is, when the settlers came and they had a problem with the dingoes, wild dogs kind of here in Australia, attacking their livestock and killing them. So what these farmers did was they started putting up this fence right across, and one farmer did it, another did it, another did it, and eventually the dog fence stretched, I think if I remember correctly, about 2,500 kilometers. So the gate we just crossed, that's part of the dog fence. So we basically crossed the dog fence and still within the Mt Ive Station property, but we've gone through the dog fence. So if you want to learn a little bit more about the dog fence, just go and do a Google search and read dog fence here in Australia. So we got to the entrance or the turn off to go to the organ pipes. So we can see the organ pipes, then come back down again and go a little further up, and we get to the embankment. So, and then from the embankment come back again onto the main road, and we go all the way to Lake Gairdner. So the time is now 1:30. So
Not the ideal time.
It's not the ideal time, but anyway, it's what it is. And so I think what we'll do is let's just spend the entire afternoon here.
Or maybe go here as well.
Yeah, I got a feeling Lake Gairdner would be nice at sunset. I don't know if you want to stay out there till sunset.
I guess we could.
But you need to cook as well, isn't it? Okay, let's see how it goes. Now the organ pipes are in that direction. Now it's a bit of a walk. Now to give you a bit of a geological history, and I'm no expert, but whatever I read, this whole area, this whole Gawler Ranges area, 1600 million years ago had a whole series of volcanic activity. And the remains of it is what we have here, including on the ground. It's all very rocky, and the organ pipes are in that direction. And it's very tube-like, peculiar shape, and that shape was caused by this volcanic activity. So it's pretty unique. Ideally, the lighting is best in the morning, earlier the better, because as the sun sets, it's more towards the back of the organ pipes. So we made the mistake there. We should have done it in the morning. So if you're coming to Mt Ive Station and you're going to come and see the organ pipes here at Mt Ive, then what we would suggest is come to the organ pipes earlier in the day, if you're really keen into photography. If you want to just come and take a look at it, it's in the distance, and it is quite majestic when you stand here and look into that direction. Now turning off to the embankment. From what I've gathered, it's an old dam wall basically that was put up back in the 1800s, and that's another attraction along this track. So we're gonna head on and take a look at the embankment, and then from there head over to Lake Gairdner. One's got a little baby, can you see?
Oh, yeah. Don't go. This one is...
Now if you look behind me, all these rocks, they look almost like square-edged or 90-degree corners. And it's all due to volcanic activity, as I said earlier. And as the lava settled, they took these shapes, and it's quite unique because you would expect them to be more rounded, but they're not rounded, they're more square. And this whole area, Gawler Ranges area, is scattered with nothing but such shaped rocks, as you see right behind me. And the dam wall or the embankment is right behind me, and that's probably once upon a time, maybe 100, 200 years ago, the local farmers at the time used it as a dam wall to collect water. Obviously that's not happening, or it's not functioning now. Look at these rocks. It's almost like somebody had a machine and cut straight. Look at like that one over there. It's like almost somebody sat and cut them using some kind of a modern machine. Yet it's not the case. Look at that. So there is a bit of water. I didn't expect that. There is a bit of water collected. That's probably from rainwater, and it's right behind me back there. Now exactly how they utilize this water, I'm not too sure. Maybe just the livestock comes around and other wildlife comes around and drinks off it. But whether they use this or pump it somewhere, I really don't think so. I'm not too sure. If any of you watching this has been here before and you know more information about exactly how this works, please leave them in the comment below. Even with this embankment, you got to appreciate the level of skill, because if you look at it, the masonry work is just amazing. They obviously took rocks that were available from the local vicinity and then they stacked it, but they didn't just stack it. They got the shapes to almost fit like a jigsaw puzzle, and they got it almost perfectly. So that's really good skill. And if you look over here, sort of, I don't know in engineering terms what you call it, but it's more or less like a support, two supports over there. And look how they've got that angled. That's pretty skillful. And if you look over here, and if you come over here and take a look from this angle, you could actually see they've got the two almost perfect. Look at that. It's almost perfect. Brilliant. Very, very skilled work. Well, we've just come to Lake Gairdner. This is a highlight for us for today. This is one of the tracks that we amazing, and we got this whole expanse of, salt lake that's to us, and right around us is the Gawler ranges. So it's nothing compared to Flinders ranges. In Flinders, the range or the mountain range is very majestic and tall, whereas here it's not so much, but nevertheless it's beautiful. So everywhere you look, almost 360 degrees, all you get is this white sheet leading up from your foreground all the way to the horizon, and then in the horizon is the mountain range meeting the sky. So it's breathtaking. So what we've decided to do is we're going to spend, it's now almost 4 o'clock, so we're going to do dinner here. We're going to cook dinner here, have dinner, and then drive back to the station. I wish we could camp here. I'm sure the nights would be awesome, but not allowed to. However, there is a free campsite by the lake edge that's on the provided by the national park. It's free. We didn't really plan to camp there, so we're going to stay at the station. But if you get your timing right, and if you come and camp at that free campsite right by the edge of the lake on a full moon day, and if you can picture this in your mind, we've got the full moon up there, and that light's going to reflect off this white surface. It's going to be breathtaking. At the same time, if you're able to camp on a day when there's no moon out, I would reckon the stars would be something else. So if you're planning a trip towards this part of the country, try and get that timing right depending on what you want to experience.
So that's butternut soup.
Yep.
And then this is sort of fried rice with salmon.
And what did you put in the fried rice?
I put leeks, cabbage, carrot, green bean, spinach, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay, good. Time to eat.